So who's tired of turkey? If you are tired of turkey and your family needs something that's quick, easy, and that you can stick in the freezer so that you can maybe pull it out later on this month instead of using it right now while everybody has had their fill of turkey, then here are 3 easy, fast dishes for you. I popped all 3 in my freezer, so we only heated up one of these and tried them. We heated up the broccoli and rice dish that you will see later on, and that was really good. My husband did give some tips that he said to recommend to put panko breadcrumbs on top just to give a little extra crunch, and maybe some more cheese too. He said just needed a little extra, so just to give you that heads up. Come cook with me and let's make some dishes. So here I just wanted to show you, this is how our Thanksgiving leftovers got put away. You can see all of those containers fit easily in my fridge. And now I'm just going to assemble a few of the plates full of food without the turkey, because my husband was definitely turkeyed out and I was a little bit as well, so I was ready to just go ahead and just eat all the sides. The sides were the best part anyway, so I'm just making a really quick assembly line and filling up these plates with some of all the sides, and then I'll saran wrap the top and pop those in the fridge, and they will be ready to just uncover and reheat in the microwave. Our first dish we're making today is a turkey and stuffing casserole. I'm sticking my rice on with a little bit of the Lawry's seasoned salt and some olive oil just to help it be flavorful. We'll use this rice in a later dish, but I'm letting it cook already. You're gonna need your stuffing that you have left over, or you can make some more, some turkey that you've cut up into small pieces, some gravy, we had a lot left, some sour cream, and some grated cheese. And then I'm just using one of these dishes to stick everything in. I'll cover each dish with some foil wrap and pop it in the freezer when they're complete. I'm adding in the sour cream. All of the exact measurements are going to be in the description below. Just click on those links and it will lead you to the recipes. Next, I'm adding in my gravy. And now you can see I'm mixing everything together. And this is what it looked like after we finished mixing it together. And I'm adding a layer of this grated cheese on top. It called for cheddar cheese, but the Mexican blend was what I had, so we're using what we have. Now I'm gonna add the stuffing mixture on top and just spread it evenly. Now this casserole is ready for the freezer. We're going to cover it in tin foil, label it, and pop it in the freezer. And when it's ready to be used, we will thaw it out and pop it back in the oven uncovered at 350 degrees. The next thing we're going to make is this broccoli rice casserole from scratch. I have all the recipes posted below in the description. For this recipe, you're going to need a finely chopped onion, some butter, some cream cheese, some paprika. I used chopped broccoli because that's what I had, some flour, some garlic powder, and some salt and pepper, as well as some milk that I had in the fridge. You're also going to want about a cup or 2 of this turkey that you've chopped up, and my rice is perfect now, fully cooked and ready to go. I think the recipe called for instant rice or something like that, but I like to use just the regular rice. Now I'm just going to really quick cut up my onion really finely. We're adding our butter into the pan and turning on the oven. I just used medium heat just to get that butter melted. Now we're adding in our chopped onion. I added in some of this Dijon stone ground mustard. It called for like powdered mustard or something like that, but I didn't have that. So I added in salt, pepper, and that Dijon mustard just to give it a little extra flavor. and added in some flour just to make this roux. I let the flour cook a little bit and stirred it around. Now I'm adding in milk. And I'm giving it all a good stir so nothing burns on the bottom.
Time to speak, 'cause I know the truth inside, and I promise you this time no bravado, no more strange stupid games, just one motto, no more pain, all in vain.
Now I'm adding in garlic powder and a little more of that Dijon mustard. It really seemed to kick up the flavor a little bit.
No bravado.
Adding in paprika. I added the cream cheese in, and now I'm just giving everything a good stir. And I also added a little bit of this Lowry seasoned salt. I find it adds a little extra flavor to whatever dish I'm making, so I add it to a lot of things.
What about all we had? Just send me an SOS. I'll run to you faster than lightning. Give me some time to breathe.
You can see it's getting a little thicker thanks to that flour roux. And I'm just gonna let it simmer and let all the flavors marinate together. I'm also gonna go ahead and add in this chopped broccoli. I like the chopped broccoli because it's so finely chopped that you don't get big chunks of broccoli in with your dish, and it just makes everything kind of evenly mixed throughout your dish so that you get a little bit of broccoli with everything but not huge chunks. Now I'm using those kitchen scissors to chop up some turkey into my dish, and I'm gonna add in all this rice. I put a lot of rice in because we feed a lot of people with this, like 10 or 12 people with this dish. So I did 4 cups of rice, which maybe this was a lot for this dish, which might have been why it was lacking a little bit of the flavor, but we need that much rice to feed everybody. And I also kind of improvised. I added in a little bit of this gravy because I thought it would add a little extra flavor, and we had so much of it left that I was struggling to find ways to use it. I know you can freeze gravy, but I didn't want to freeze all of that and keep it in our freezer. Now I'm just going to cover everything with a good layer of cheese, then put the tinfoil on top and stick it in the freezer. The next dish we're making is this turkey pasta carbonara. This one turned out so well. I think you could add chicken as well and it would turn out equally well. We're going to start with a few slices of bacon that I've chopped up and a chopped up part of an onion. Now I'm adding in some of this minced garlic and going to let it all saute together. You don't want to add your garlic in too early or it will burn and give a weird taste to your dish. You can see I took the pasta that was fully cooked and was kind of hot, so I added in the frozen peas to just cool down that pasta so it wouldn't all stick together, and I stirred it around. Now I'm adding in a little bit of milk. The bacon in this dish made everything smell so good. Now I'm gonna start adding in a little bit of this gravy. Like I said, we had a lot of gravy left, so I was glad to find several recipes that used gravy as part of the main ingredients. And now I'm just gonna mix everything up and let it thicken a little bit. Next, I'm going to add in some of this Parmesan cheese. And this is just going to give it a little extra flavor as well as thicken it slightly. And now for the main event, we're going to add in the turkey, of course. And I've just chopped this up pretty finely. I went off recipe a little bit and added in some parsley, some white pepper, as well as a can of mushrooms, just because I thought they would add something good to this recipe. I felt like the sauce needed a little bit of thickening so that it would really stick to the pasta. So I took about a tablespoon of flour with a little bit of water and mixed it around and then just stuck it through the strainer so I wouldn't have any lumps. And that just helped to thicken the sauce up. I really wanted it to stick to the pasta and to not just drip off and become a puddle at the bottom of a bowl.
Be free of this heart, yeah. Wanna feel your arms around me. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit. Let's forget about tomorrow, yeah. Should I hide away forever? Should I close my eyes and never again hold you tight?
You can see this got really nice and thick, and it looks like it's going to coat that pasta really well. Now I'm just going to pour it all over the pasta and stir everything together. I did want to add that you could substitute ground beef or chicken if you would like for any of these recipes, and they would turn out just as delicious. So it is pretty versatile, and you can stick these in the freezer. I know everybody is busy around Christmas time. This could be an easy ticket to a good homemade meal on a night where you might have a million other things that you need to get done. Well, everyone, that's all I have for today. I'm interested too to hear what kind of dishes your family makes with the leftovers. If you have a lot of leftovers, what kind of dishes do you all make? I'd love to hear some different ideas for things to make, especially with gravy since we have a lot of that left. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and let me know what you all like to make with your Thanksgiving leftovers. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye.
You never lie, you never ever scared of the dark. So why am I the one who cries? I'm so afraid to be left behind. Think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop.